What is up? So how's it going? Spring sports are starting tomorrow, right? It's baseball season officially. It's lacrosse season officially. It's boys soccer season. I'm really excited to be able to get out and watch some of my athletes play. But today, I'm really just talking to the parents here. So we really have to examine why we put kids in sports. We don't put kids in sports just for achievements, just to win at all costs, right? These are not the reasons why we put kids in sports. It's not to make ourselves feel good. At least that's not why you should put kids in sports. We put them in for three main reasons, right? And the three main reasons how I like to look at it and how I coach it is we want them to have fun, number one. Sports are fun. That's some of the most fun I've had throughout my whole life. I have my jersey sitting right here just because it brings me back so many great memories of playing with my buddies, just pushing and trying to be the best I could be. Second, that leads into the second reason why we put kids in sports. We put them in sports to grow and develop skills, right? There's a lot of life skills that happen in sports, but as well as developing on-court skills, on-field skills. But one of the more important things here is that they have to learn to work on their weaknesses, and it's an easy way to work on your weaknesses, right? Maybe you're not a great shooter, so you have to put the time in, and you learn that hard work pays off, and that's really the big lesson right there. Number three is to learn how to be a great team member, right? Throughout life, we are constantly in teams. If you work in a business, if you own a business, or if you work for someone, you're working in a team. And so it's really just to help develop great team members, great members of society, right? And one of those things is to communicate with peers, to communicate with mentors, with coaches, just all that. It's just how we learn to communicate comes a lot through sports. So here's where I see some of the big issues are. Like we talked about, this win at all cost mentality, or the bigger issue I see where parents talk to their kids is they only talk about skill, right? And when we look at skill, skill, just the term in of itself, is something that's a self-limiting thing. That's why when I talk to kids, I try not to use the word skill. We try to use words, to talk about effort more so. And that's one thing I just want to highlight for parents is if you're talking to your kids after a game, after a practice, just focus on asking them about their commitment levels and their effort levels. If you're going to go coach them up, don't coach them up on skills. Don't coach them up on all these. Don't parent them that way. Parent them and ask them how their effort level was that day. What was their commitment? How hard did they go get after it? That should be the focus, right? Because if we put full effort into it, you're going to be in a lot better situation. That's something that we talk about a lot through these Facebook Lives. As well as, when we talk about skill versus effort, we're talking about two different things. When we're talking about skill, we're talking about just this fixed mindset of this is who I am and it's not going to change. When we talk about effort, we talk about this growth mindset. This growth, like tomorrow I will be better because I put in the work today. And if we can instill that into our young athletes our athletes at a younger age, they're going to be so much better off for it. Something that has really benefited myself. The last thing we want to just highlight as much as possible is a focus on learning and development, right? And this goes back to that conversation about skill. If we're focusing on learning and getting better, you hear the phrases like get 1% better every day. If we focus on stuff like that, the sky's the limit for a lot of our kids. This is coming from someone that has coached elite level D1 athletes, as well as kids just fighting to make a spot on a C team or a JV team, right? When we focus on skill, they are better for it. Or when we focus less on skill and more on development, athletes are better for it. And here's the thing, is working with some of my D1 players, there's kids out there that they don't start really developing until their freshman, sophomore year of high school, right? One of the athletes I'm working with, he is a junior, and he has told me, he's like, I did not know my potential until my freshman year of college, right? And now he's off and crushing it. But if we focus on skill, he did not have the skill up until, maybe senior year, freshman of college, but he focused on learning and development. And that's why he's playing, he's playing this weekend, and he's hoping to, make it to that next level. So just please focus whenever you're working with your child, your youth athlete, just please focus on developing and learning and commitment and just focusing on just that full effort mentality. If you focus on that as a parent, your kid's gonna be better off for it. I promise you. All right, and this is what I do. So if you're looking to help take your kid to that next level, help them achieve the most that they can athletically, I run both a middle school program and a high school sport performance program. I love to help out, help guide them, through the strength and conditioning and that performance side, the mental side. That's what we do. What we do is not just at Decatur. We don't just focus on the strength and conditioning. You can look on my Instagram page. I just put one of our referral videos for one of our athletes, and what he said was just this. This means the world to me. He goes, working with our coaches at Decatur, I've not only had to work as, grow physically as an athlete, but also mentally. And that's where the money is when we focus on that mentality of growth and development. The sky's the limit, like I've said. So if you're looking to if you're interested in a program like this, send me a direct message. I'd love to help your kid out, love to help them take it to that next level. So have a great day. Enjoy the rest of the Sunday. Let's go. Let's make this spring season great. See you guys.